Story 1. I have been in a depressive state for about a year after losing my job at the beginning of the pandemic. This deepened around 6 months later after finally finding another job and getting laid off again after a second round of shutdowns happened in my state. I felt distant and like there was no use in trying to find work because I felt I would just be let go again. I'm able to provide for all of my partner and I'd needs, but we were still distant because I was not communicating how low I felt. At some point after my second layoff, my fiancée started hanging out with a coworker and I thought nothing of it because I wanted to give her the independence to go out and have fun with friends and I had complete trust in her. After a few weeks, she and this coworker had apparently met up and one thing led to another and they slept together. After a few weeks, I had left town for the day to get together with some friends, and they slept together again at our house while I was away. I had suspected something because she was distant during this time and was spending more time away and not at home, but I trusted her completely and never thought she would do something like this. Within the last few weeks, things improved and we've been less distant, but it was still gnawing at me that we had that distance, and in a moment of weakness, I looked through her phone and found messages confirming my suspicions. She had broken it off after the second time they slept together, but still casually talked to them in a platonic way. They wanted to still pursue something, but she told them that she was no longer interested and wanted to try and spend more time with me. After finding these messages, I confronted my fiancée and told her how betrayed I felt and how I don't know how I can build trust for her again. She told me she regretted it each time but was confused about our status in the relationship because I hadn't communicated how deeply my depression was affecting me. She questioned at the time how much our commitment was because I was isolating myself at home so much. She reiterated that she didn't find any joy in it and broke it off because she was disgusted at what age was doing. She wants to work it out and doesn't want to end our relationship. I deeply still love her and don't want to end our relationship, but I honestly don't know how to proceed from here or how to build back any trust that I once had. TLDR, my fiancée slept with a coworker because I was distant due to depression. She felt disgusted about what she did and broke it off with coworker and wants to work things out, but I don't know how to put trust back into our relationship. She slept with another man in your own bed and you come to Reddit because you don't know what to do. What the actual F, man? Don't let her excuses get to you. This is not normal. No one deserves this. Never trust a cheater ever again. Once a cheater, always a cheater. She'll do it again, sorry to tell you. My ex-wife gave me the same excuse and guess what? It happened again. Find someone who will appreciate you. Good luck. If she tried to put the blame on you, then will probably do more foolish stuff and blame you some more. She doesn't feel bad about it and you probably need to leave her or at least take a nice long look at your relationship. Overall, she blamed you for her cheating. If she had a problem, then she could have told you. It doesn't matter what she thought about your relationship. She should have left and then slept with him. She's putting the blame on you for her decision. It's really hard to build back trust when someone has destroyed the trust. You don't have to leave her, it's your call. Everyone has their own deal breakers. But experience tells us getting past a betrayal like this is near impossible. And it's one thing to cheat, it's another thing to cheat in the bed you share. That's a whole different level of disrespect. She isn't open and honest about relationship and hid this from you, and she could say the same BS in the future. I didn't know 'cause you felt distant. I mean, that is crap way to treat someone you want to marry. You can't trust her again because she didn't bring up what happened, wasn't forthcoming with information, and basically checked out and then pulled some crap justification for it. No way you can build trust, plus it sounds like she doesn't regret it. The fact that she blames your mental health for cheating is freaking selfish. You lost your job twice. That's the time where you need your real partner standing by your side. You are young and many things are waiting for you. You've got your career to think about and you don't want to stress on things that you cannot control. Your partner knows what you have gone through, and even if it has affected your mood, it is never right to go behind your back. You asked how to proceed. In my opinion, it is probably best to rethink about your relationship with her. Personally, if that was me in your place, I would have left my partner. If they just cause more stress, no thank you. Story 2. My ex-wife and I have joint custody of our son Brandon, 12, but he spends his summers with me. For the past few years Brandon and I spent a few weeks during the summer up at my father's old place by a lake that he left me after he passed. It's the best place for kayaking, long hikes, and bike rides. My ex got married a year ago and her husband has 2 sons, who I'll call Todd and Jared. Todd is 14 and Jared is 10. Brandon gets along just fine with Jared. They've gotten pretty close and I've taken Jared along with us a few times if we're celebrating something for Brandon. I'm talking birthday trips to Disneyland or going to the beach. Last summer Jared also joined us for a summer trip to the lake. The one my son really had problems with is Todd. The kid has had behavioral issues and when they all first moved in, Brandon complained about how much Todd would mistreat him for no reason. Calling him names, going into his room and breaking/stealing his stuff, and other things. I immediately confronted my ex about keeping our son away from him because of the things Brandon said he'd do to him at their house. I threatened to take her back to court to change our custody arrangement if she didn't do something about it. My ex is aware of Todd's issues, so she and her husband try to keep him in line. Todd leaves Brandon alone now but they don't interact at all when he's over there and my son absolutely dislikes him. The other day my ex called to ask me about my summer plans with Brandon. It's already been agreed that Jared would be coming and she asked if I'd consider taking Todd too. I said no and I only bring Jared because my son invites him and they actually get along. Todd is the last person he'd want there. Well, my ex said Todd is jealous that they get to do something cool for the summer and feels left out. She believes this would be a great way for them to learn to get along but I told her that's up to Brandon and he's made it clear he wants nothing to do with Todd. Now she won't let this go and telling me I'm being so unreasonable about this when it could be beneficial for the boys. And she feels guilty that Todd will just be at home while Jared gets to come with us. I've not changed my mind about this and being treated like an even after Brandon told her he doesn't want Todd with us this summer she's still making a big deal out of it. It's hard to see how I'm being an about not wanting Todd to come with us when all he's done is be our oppressor. Ida? NTA. Todd will be jealous but he will also learn his bad behaviors have consequences. Don't let an oppressor ruin your son's summer. If he starts behaving well then maybe consider taking him from next time. Edit. By considering I do not mean OP should reward Todd for stopping his bad behavior or something. What I meant is that if OP's son and Todd establish a relationship by then, if OP's son wants both to come then and lastly if OP is still okay with taking his son's stepbrothers then he might consider taking both. Someone pointed out that considering part, so just thought I should explain. Also the vibe I'm getting from the ex is that she wants a few kid-free weeks and sees OP as a way to get a vacation from her kids for free. Otherwise why hasn't all the time the kids spent together at the ex's house been a good opportunity to bond? Sounds like it's been the opposite. NTA. I was also gonna say. The most OP could do here is give her a week with Brandon during the summer so she can take the 3 boys on a bonding trip. Why the hell should bonding be OP's responsibility? NTA. NTA. If Todd is feeling left out because your son and Jared are doing something cool this summer, your ex and her husband should use that time to take Todd to do something cool. It isn't your responsibility to make Todd feel included. Your responsibility is to your son. Your son doesn't like Todd, and it's unfair to potentially ruin your annual trip because Todd is jealous. The ex probably wants to get rid of Todd for a week or 2 as well and is looking for OP to take the hit. NTA. If she wants the boys to have bonding experiences she can facilitate that when they are at her house. Brandon avoids Todd when he's at his mom's so that's why they don't try. Besides she knows I will try to change the custody agreement if he does anything to my son again so she mostly tries to keep them separate. NTA. Not your kid, not your problem. You are taking your son's friend on the trips with you and you wouldn't bring a friend's sibling that your son dislikes with you on the trips. Yes. So true. You wouldn't even take a friend's sibling that you do like along, just for the sake of fairness. It's ridiculous to expect completely equal treatment across all kids in one family, just because your child is friends with one of them. This is true, we took my son's friend on a trip to Vegas, but not the younger sister, even though they all get along. Worldwide comments of the day. This just proves cheaters are not worth nor deserve a second chance. Seriously cheated on you, deleted evidence and almost gave you a STD and you still stay? I don't understand these people. Whoever this guy is, man, I know you watch Reddit all the time. Stop giving these women chances and they go right back and do it again. I know y'all watch Reddit, come on man, reconciling. I forgave her, she's going to keep doing it again. The more you stay you ain't put your foot down, y'all men. Don't put your foot down in the back like it's all our doormats. Come on man, I gave my wife a chance, I am at fault, you ain't that far, she cheated, she left because she's bored. She no longer interested in you anymore bro, come on. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.